icy issue on Cold Hard Football Facts. The Seattle Seahawks can go to the Super Bowl.
Right now, this team is shaping up as a team that can do it all. They play great pass defense. They play great defense. They play especially well at home. They have a very efficient quarterback. They're fresh off one of the biggest blowouts in football history. They beat more quality opponents than any team in football. Don't be surprised that this team makes a run.
Kerry Byrne of Cold Hard Football Facts. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. All right, let's look at the numbers before I give you my opinion on this. A blowout for the ages, an epic blowout, as you said. It's one of the top 5 blowouts in NFL history.
Yeah, and let's not put too much in one game, really not. But it is interesting to see. I mean, this is a game that the NFL should stand up and take notice. The 5th biggest blowout in the history of football, Butch. Going back to the 1940 NFL championship game, there's been only 4 games of bigger blowouts than what Seattle put on Arizona. And they did it all. They ran well. They scored defensively. They scored every imaginable way. They just dominated the game. They broke the will of the Arizona Cardinals and did it pretty ruthlessly. It was an execution.
All right, as we go to your numbers, the Cold Hard Football Fact numbers, the ones that correlate to victory, about the Seattle Seahawks team with 3 games to go. Let's start by talking about what we knew about this team coming into the season. We knew Pete Carroll, his second go-round, has been a pretty good coach. We knew they were a really good team at home. We knew their defense might be one of the top defenses in the league. We weren't sure about their offense, but your numbers paint a little interesting picture here with 3 games to go.
Well, 2 things have happened. One, Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind. I mean, he's really a great quarterback. His efficiency numbers are through the roof. One of the most efficient passes in football. He threw an interception against the Cardinals for the first interception since October, Butch. He went the entire month of November and into December without an interception. Kids playing very efficient football, not getting enough attention for it. But the defense playing very well. And not only that, the last 2 weeks have changed the perception of them as should. They won in Chicago. They finally beat a good team on the road, which has been their bugaboo. They can't win on the road. And then lay a beating on the Cardinals the next week. Remember, the Cardinals are a team, obviously a much different team now than they were at the start of the season, that beat the Patriots, So the other thing, this team fears nobody. They can beat anybody. 5 quality wins, the most in football, including wins against Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So nothing to sneeze at. This team does all the things well you need to do to be a contender.
Yeah, but when you look at those numbers, your Cold Hard Football Facts, passer rating differential, those are numbers that are contributed to by the offense, and they're in the top 6 in your numbers.
Yeah, like I said, Russell Wilson putting up great numbers, and we all know winning in the NFL is all about that battle of passing efficiency. Right now, number 3 in passer rating differential. Your offensive passer rating minus your defensive passer rating. Almost 70% of all NFL champions finished since 1940 finished in the top 3 in that number. This team has a statistical profile of a contender. And plus, by the way, number 2 in scoring defense in the NFL. This is a team to watch out for.
All right, as we look at their last 3 games, they're 8-5. San Francisco on top of their division is 9-3-1. But let's look at their last 3 games and play out the road ahead, if you will. They play this week in Buffalo. That's a game they should win, right?
That's a game they should win. And like I said, they proved in the Chicago game they can beat a good team on the road. They should be able to beat a bad team on the road. They play the 49ers in what might be one of the biggest games of the year in the NFC in Seattle, where they're deadly. They're just a dangerous, deadly team at home.
Well, I'll go back for a second. Yeah. If they win in Buffalo like they're supposed to, that's also the same night that the Patriots play the San Francisco 49ers and probably could beat them at home.
Yeah, I mean, the 49ers obviously have that tougher slate this week coming up. If the Seahawks playing the Bills is a much easier game than the 49ers. Going into New England, where, by the way, the Patriots haven't lost a home game since 2002 in December. So we might right now, this is a division that can go to the Seattle Seahawks. They may end up 11-5. And the 49ers, if they lose to the Patriots and lose to the Seahawks, could end up 10-5-1. The division goes to the Seahawks, not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, in the final week, Seattle plays St. Louis at home, and San Francisco plays Arizona at home. So they should both win those games.
Yeah, so it's really going to come down to that game in Seattle, San Francisco at Seattle in 2 weeks. And by the way, this is really interesting, Butch. Think about this. The tiebreaker for the number 2 seed in the NFC in the first round bye might come down to that Golden Tate replacement ref touchdown when the Seahawks beat the Packers early in the season. Both teams may end up 11-5, and that will be that head-to-head game, that Golden Tate touchdown, the most controversial play in NFL history. Maybe the tiebreaker to send the Seahawks to a home game in the divisional playoffs.
So Matt Hasselbeck's not walking through that door. Lofa Tatupu is not walking through that door. But the Seattle Seahawks have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, and the numbers back it up.
They're doing. How about the job Pete Carroll's done? I mean, really, he's done. This team is a dangerous team right now, and they've proven they can beat anybody. And you gotta it's going to be fun to watch. Let's put it that way.
I'm just laughing because I can hear Pete Carroll now saying that they're a dangerous team. Don't want to play us. Don't want to play us. Pumped and jacked.
Yeah.
How about them Seattle Seahawks? This is Cold Hard Football Facts. Icy issue this week on Football Nation.